Hello guys, it's me, and today I decided to make a video of who I find to be the most annoying killer and who is the most satisfying killer to go against. These videos have been made before, and I just feel like I could share my opinion on things because sometimes they really differ. We're gonna start from the 26th killer, aka the most annoying killer to go against, and then we're gonna go up until the very top, which it was really hard to decide. It was a couple of killers that were really fun to go against because they required a lot of skill, but I feel like the list I made is probably one of the best, in my opinion, at least. Thanks to Dead Plays for all the gameplay. I'm gonna link his channel in the description, and I'm gonna shout him out right now. He's a really good player, really great killer, and he's really fun to watch. Hopefully, if he's okay with this, I'll keep the videos of his up. If he's not, then I'll have to switch it, and you guys are gonna have to see like little JPEGs. But yeah, thank you so much, Dead Plays. I hope everything is okay with me using this. I really commend you for your amazing skill in the game. And I just want to showcase what the killers are capable of. Without further ado, let's get into the list. So, we're going to start off with number 26, and that is Nurse. In my opinion, the Nurse is possibly the most annoying killer to go against when the killer itself knows how to play her. There is not much she can do. It just grows very annoying after a certain amount of time, and you getting you getting chased practically ends in a couple of loops. Not even that, if the Nurse is really that good. I do understand that Nurse requires a bit of skill, not a bit. She requires quite a bit of skill to play. I played her a couple of times, and I commend people that main Nurses. It is a really commendable trait, but I just feel like whenever I go against a good Nurse, there's literally not much I can do. She breaks the whole game with her ability to teleport through everything, and just there's not much you can do. You can dodge her once, twice, but if the Nurse just knows how to play properly, she will catch up to you very quickly. So I feel like me putting Nurse at number 26 is probably the best position for her, in my opinion. Moving on to number 25, it's gotta be Trickster, at least when I'm playing against him. A lot of people know how to shut down Trickster, but when you're in an uncomfortable situation or when you are in the open, you're absolutely dead for. Vaulting a window results in you getting hit with a couple of knives if the Trickster has at least a bit of good vision, and it gets really annoying after a while being hit constantly. I just feel like his power is extremely borderline game breaking, but kind of not, if that even makes sense. His power can be easily shut off if you are in a loop where he can't really loop you around unless he goes with his 110% speed. So making him not use his knives is the way to go, but dropping a pallet and not stunning him results in a couple of knives. Vaulting a window results in a couple of knives. Dropping down at some point in time results in a couple of knives. Getting people off of hooks results in a couple of knives if he's there and if you don't really notice him. It all depends on how you play, and every single time I play against him, I just do not know what to do. It is either due to the unfortunate state of where I am in the map, or due to the Trickster being much better than me in general. Like the killer itself, the player that's playing the killer. So yeah, I feel like, in my opinion, the number 25 spot definitely should go to Trickster, even though some other killers rival it. I just feel like his knives are way too annoying to go against, and I'm not asking for him to be nerfed. I just do not like going against him. On number 24, it's going to be kind of controversial. It is Wraith, in my opinion. Having to constantly look around and constantly the Wraith body blocking you in most cases, and then uncloaking and then getting a speed boost, which allows them to quickly catch up to you when you don't have any pallets. It gets extremely annoying, especially some really, really nasty builds on him. I haven't seen Wraith mains at all, I think, in my life, or like any video that of a person maining Wraith, but I feel like the number 24 spot really goes to Wraith, because anytime I go against him, my potential fun meter just goes completely down, because anytime, absolutely anytime I go against a Wraith, they just play how you're supposed to play Wraith, and utilize them properly, but it just gets extremely annoying. But I genuinely do not like playing against him. I do not feel any sort of fun. He's really annoying to go against, and I feel like the next killer really rivals him, because he's also extremely annoying. You can rarely play him wrong, and that is Doctor. I've seen a couple of gameplays, and then I've seen the practical part of it where people actually went up against them, and the power to completely shut down placing a pallet, vaulting a window, and then the whole crazy sanity meter thing, it just is extremely annoying. I would have put Doctor at number 24, which I probably should have done, but I don't know. I just feel like Wraith is much more annoying. At least to get some engagement with the Doctor when you're going against him. He's constantly getting near you. He's not like trying to body block you constantly. It's, I think, a bit less annoying, but his power gets really annoying, because when you're in a corner and you cannot really dodge a certain when you can't really dodge the shock, it gets extremely fucking annoying, and then he catches up to you, and then obviously you get downed. So I really feel like maybe in the higher MMR and the higher skill area of the game, maybe people can easily counter the Doctor. I am not sure. I'm just talking about the majority of people that play this game, which is from low MMR to medium MMR. I am probably low to medium, like in between. I do not know how to play Survivor that well. Yes, I am getting better, but I still don't know how to play it properly. It gets really annoying going against him every time he shuts you off a pallet, off a vault. It's just extremely annoying in my opinion, so that's why he gets the number 23 spot. Number 22, in my opinion, is gonna be Bubba, aka the Cannibal. Bubbas are kind of funny to me. Most of it, sometimes. 1 in 100 chance that they're extremely funny to me. They can be bad, but they can utilize their power wall to get you downed, and then they have a whole chain of basement people in the fucking basement. I have only encountered a basement Bubba once, I think, in my life, and it was quite the sight, I've gotta say. In my 350 hours of playing this game, encountering one basement Bubba is truly something. I think I've transcended that MMR to the point where I don't really encounter them, but we'll see. Later on, if I ever play Survivor a bit more, then who knows? Maybe I'll encounter them a bit more. But Bubbas are really annoying. Today on my stream, I played Bubba a lot, and I got to see how annoying he truly is to go against. Then, when you are cooped up over there, not on a loop, you are pretty much fucked. Because all he has to do is rev his chainsaw for 2.5 seconds, I think, and then he practically gets an easy down on you. I just feel like the way his power is utilized, the way his power is made, is just a bit too unfair in certain cases. And especially having a basement Bubba, I bet that's really annoying. The very first game I had on my stream today, it was on Backwater Swamp, if I remember correctly, and a survivor actually made his team completely die because he triggered the basement Bubba inside me. He went down to rescue 2 people, and then I downed all 3 of them. It was truly a sight to behold, and even with BT, there's not much you can do. As soon as you get unhooked, if the Bubba is close, you are fucked. There's literally nothing you can do unless you find a really good loop. In that case, you might be fine. But yeah, vaults are a hard counter to him. It's vaults, not pallets, and I feel like that is the only counter to him, except for obviously good loops. On the number 21 spot, we've got Spirit. Now, Spirit back in the day before she was nerfed, I went up against her a couple of times, and I don't remember much of it, but I can guarantee you that it was way more annoying than now. Now you can hear her anytime she phases. Then, you couldn't. You could not. Which was really annoying. Plus, her add-ons used to be even more busted, if I remember correctly. So, going up against the old Spirit was one of the most annoying things. Probably the most annoying killer after Nurse. Some people say that Spirit used to be better than Nurse at certain points, which is absolutely crazy, in my opinion. This current Spirit is still annoying because I feel like her power should not exist in this game. The Nurse power and the Spirit power should not exist in this game. The power to go completely invisible, move at 170% speed, I think it is, you can't do much against her unless you do some fuck shit with Iron Will. Then maybe it'll work. But Spirit, no Iron Will, absolute hell. Practically can't escape it. All she needs to do is listen and she'll catch you. So yeah, that's why I gave Spirit number 21. One of the most annoying killers to go against, in my opinion. She's just a smidge above Bubba, because Bubbas are sometimes really annoying with the face camping. Spirits, I don't see face camping very often, so that's why I gave her a spot above Bubba. So yeah, that was number 21, and on to the other one, we have Pinhead, aka the Cenobite. There is something about the chains that slow you down constantly, especially when the box isn't done, and the point of the box being done, and then he can teleport, and then he can chain you. I'll give him credit, the chains are pretty hard to hit. His passive power after the box hasn't been done, really annoying. Extremely annoying. I feel like the whole chain power makes sense, but I don't feel like it's fun at all. Getting hit with them, it's not as satisfying as getting hit by Blight, getting hit by Oni, getting hit by a Hillbilly or a Huntress. It's not a satisfying hit. Even though it takes quite a bit of skill to hit those. It just feels really annoying. His chains, really annoying, especially when you're trying to loop him around. You can barely drop the pallets. You can drop if you stop trying to get rid of the chains, but if you're not near the pallet enough, 9 out of 10 times he will catch you, unless he's on the complete opposite side of the pallet, or I mean loop, not pallet. So yeah, that was a little quick summary of Pinhead. I don't have many bad things to say about him. It's just that his power is extremely annoying to go against. Number 19, even though I love playing this killer, she is still really annoying. And that is the Hag. Is one of those killers where if you are not patient, you will lose the game. She can put her traps anywhere. Practically anywhere. If you walk, it triggers. If you run, it triggers. If you crouch, it doesn't trigger, and if you flashlight it, then it goes away. Which is a good counter, but I feel like having to crouch almost all the game, not having urban evasion at least, is really annoying, especially when it's a darker map where you can't tell where the traps are, even if you're standing 1 meter away from it. I just feel like it's extremely annoying, and it defeats the whole purpose of just, I don't know, being a survivor. It kind of makes it a bit more immersive with you having to pay attention, but it just wastes a lot of time. And I get that that's the point, but it's just so annoying to go against. Having to worry about her teleporting, especially if you're injured, is one of the scariest things, especially if she's running Devour Hope and you're like non-injured. And, oh wow, that's a 3-stack of Devour Hope, and then she one-shots you. But yeah, her perks are absolutely cracked. Maybe not the 3rd seal, but Devour Hope and Ruin are absolutely fucking insane. I feel like any baby Hag, if you just have a bit of brains, you can place down some traps and they'll work. They've worked for me. Crouching constantly equals really annoying, so I genuinely do not like going against her. Number 18, we have got the big boy Nemesis. There is something that just deters me from having fun when playing against the Nemesis. It feels like he's 115% speed. It constantly feels so fucking unfair playing against him. But that was like in the earlier days. Now, kind of, barely I can counter him. But I am not a Survivor main. I barely play Survivor. I am a Killer main. And coming from a Killer main, he is really fun to play. He's not fun to play against. One of the most annoying killers. Honestly, if I could, I would put him below Hag, but I'm not. No. He's not as annoying as Hag, in my opinion. Nemesis is a pallet destroyer. He's a pallet god. Possibly a loop god as well, if you play him enough. And in tier 3, he barely loses any distance when doing his, when he has his tentacle out. So you can practically, like, kind of prepare for someone to vault it because they don't have another choice, and you can just hit them and they're dead. Like, I don't understand that. My apologies. So yeah, Nemesis, especially in my earlier days, he was practically impossible to go against. I did not know what to do. Now when I played him a bit and when I watched a bit of videos, I kind of know how to go against, I think, every killer. I'm not sure, but yeah. I think that this spot belongs to Nemesis, number 18. And yeah, number 17 is Clown. Clown, in my opinion, is really boring to go against. All he ever does is throw his bottles, and if he has the pinky finger, then you're practically fucked. He's an M1 killer. He is not a special attacker. His only special attack is throwing bottles to slow you down. So he is a really, really good looper. So it's like, do you want to place down that pallet, or do you want to loop him another time? Oh, the bottle hit me. Oh, okay, I'm dead because of a pinky finger add-on. But you rarely see pinky finger, and you rarely see clowns these days, at least for me. So I think that's a little plus. But most clowns, they're just really, really either cracked at the game or just really annoying. And I've never seen a clown face cam. So I think that's a good sign, but I don't know. Going against his power is one of the most annoying things, in my opinion. It's so fucking boring. I don't have much to say about him. He is a boring killer to go against. He seems decently fun to play, I think. And a lot of people say that he's underpowered. I wholeheartedly disagree. I think that his power is, if utilized correctly, possibly one of the best loop destroyers. Just like Nemesis, just like Hag. Practically nearly every killer can shut down a loop if he is good enough. So yeah. Number 16, we've got Trapper. Now, I'm not putting him on the annoying. I am more so putting him on the boring. His power makes you constantly have to look at the ground, and if you're being chased, you have too many things to worry about, which is kind of engaging because you gotta look back and you're like, oh shit, he's right there. Do I drop this pallet? Oh shit, is there a trap on the ground, like in front of the pallet? Oh, there is, and I'm caught in it and I'm dead. Really, really good trappers are really interesting to go against. I haven't really gone against a really, really good trapper, but I've seen Ott's gameplay, and the way he plays it is a bit different than other trappers. So his way of thinking obviously is going to make the killer more fun to go against rather than some average Joe that just plays trapper and places down the most default traps. You can expect the trap on some of these people, which I guess kind of gives you an upper hand. And you won't get caught in a trap, but other than that, he's a really, really boring killer to go against. In the middle, we're getting to the killers that are annoying, but that are mostly boring. So, yeah. That was number 16, Trapper. I think he deserves that spot. Number 15, we've got Freddy, aka The Nightmare. I don't know. Every time I've encountered a Freddy, they were not that good, and they were kind of fun to go against. Slightly fun. Every time I find a Freddy in my games, and every time I played Freddy, I had really good results. Not a lot of people encounter Freddy these days, which is unfortunate. His power is really boring, I agree, and I feel like they could have made it so much better. But, I don't know, he's just number 15. He's in the nearly solid middle, so I'm just gonna rank him as completely boring. just not so engaging. When he's not using his power, when he's being him, when he's chasing you around, sometimes it's bugged, but most of the times it's not bad. It's not that bad. That's number 15, Freddy. Number 14, we've got Legion. Now, I would have put Legion way higher up, but from this point onward, it becomes fun instead of boring and annoying. Which is like the golden middle on the 13 is a certain killer that I'm kind of indifferent about. I want to hear your thoughts about that. So number 14, Legion, is slightly boring to go against. Ever so slightly. We've got Legion, whose only power, unfortunately, is to run around and stab people for 1 health state. And then he runs away, he does a couple of people, and he tries to chase the other person down them, aka. So, what I feel, I've been thinking about this. What I feel would be a good change for Legion is if they gave the Legion a secondary power. And hear me out. It's called the Lethal Frenzy. Something along those lines. Like Lethal, Deadly Frenzy, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. Basically, what it is, you have a cooldown of 90 seconds or 120 seconds, depending on how overpowered it is. You can hit only once, but it instantly downs the survivor. It's kind of like it's more engaging because when he starts running at you, you start to think to yourself, wait, what is he gonna do? You have slower vault speed, but you can still vault over. You have slower, vault over like pallets and stuff. You can vault over pallets, but it's a bit slower than the Frenzy. And the movement speed itself, I'm thinking about it now, and the movement speed itself is 120%. So yeah, you can still counter it, and I think if you get stunned, the power gets lost. That, in my opinion, would make the Legion so much more fun and so much more engaging. In certain moments, it might be unfair, but that is only because of the positioning of the survivor. If you're on a good loop, you will not have a bad time, I think, with the Legion. If you made it so the Legion vaulted pallets, vaulted windows, slower while in the Lethal Frenzy, way slower than the survivor, but not to the point where she lost any significant distance, and to keep the chase going, I mean, it's actually quite fun. It could be fun. It just needs to be a bit balanced, but this is just a little prototype I thought of last night, actually. So yeah, I went on a little bit of a ramble over there, a little bit of a rant. But yeah, I used to main Legion for quite a bit, and it was fun. But after a while, it just grew stale. So I feel like this change would be really nice for the Legion. At number 13, the golden middle. Who is at number 13? Artist. Artist, I am the most indifferent about because, first of all, she's the most recent killer, but she's been out for a few months, so I feel like my opinion has significantly changed. I used to simp for her big time. I still simp for her. I'd let her stomp on me every fucking day, any day, every day, at any time. But simp goggles off. She is an amazing loop stopper. Absolutely fucking amazing loop stopper. And it kind of makes her power really annoying to go against. Sometimes. Not most of the time. Sometimes it makes it really annoying. But I just don't have a really good opinion. I think she might be more annoying than Legion. Well, obviously Legion isn't annoying to go against. It's just, oh look, I got a med for 12 seconds. But yeah. Point of it is, she's in the middle, and I feel like she'll be slightly annoying, so maybe above Clown in a couple of months, if I make an update video. So yeah, Artist, extremely hot, but sometimes can be extremely annoying, but I'm indifferent because sometimes she's really fun to go against. Number 12, we've got Pig. I don't know. It feels like whenever someone plays Pig, they're not playing her to her full potential. And I don't think any of us know what her full potential is. It just feels like something is missing with the Pig, but she is kind of fun to go against. Especially whenever you gotta worry about, oh god, I need to get my trap off. And then you fail twice, and then you're really close to getting it off on the third one, but then you hear the laugh. And then you think to yourself, am I gonna die? But you get it on the fourth one. on the brink of death, and then that's engaging. That is really, really engaging, and I love the immersiveness of that. I absolutely love that power, and I feel like it's fair. What's boring about her? Just her secondary power. Her, I guess, main power. The crouching bit is really cool. I like it. What I don't like is the ambush. I don't think they've made it well. There's something missing. I get that she would ambush because she is a skilled killer, but I feel like the ambush is not really suited for this game, and it's not really that interesting to go against. It's slightly engaging, but not too engaging, if that makes sense. That's why she's a bit above Artist. I kind of like going against her more than the Artist. Number 11, we have got Deathslinger. Now, Deathslinger, I used to have a love and hate relationship with Deathslinger, but the more I look at his character, the more I realize how much skill it actually takes to hit some of the shots. So whenever a Deathslinger hits a really good shot, I commend him and I just say GG, well played. He's a precision-based killer. That's his only power, just a rifle. So he's pretty basic, and I don't feel like he requires a secondary power. I feel like that would be a bit too much. I feel like he's good where he is. He's pretty fun to go against. And from this point onward, all the killers will be pretty fun to go against. Number 10, we've got Ghostspace. I like the mechanic where you gotta constantly look around you, but it's done in a way where you can actually notice him. It's not like Wraith, where he just constantly sneaks up with you with the silent bell, or just a bell that you can hear across the whole map, and he just hits you, blah, blah, blah. Look, we're not gonna delve into that. Ghostspace is done pretty well. I like him. I like going against him, and I feel like his power is pretty balanced. Nothing bad to say about him, honestly. He's pretty fun to go against. Sometimes he's annoying, especially when you can't really notice him, but you hear that, you're like, oh god, what the fuck, and then you just look around and you see that you're attacked, and then you start running and you die. But that's not annoying, that's just the fun, the part of fun. So yeah, definitely would have been higher if these killers were, well, I guess, a bit less fun. That is number 10. On number 9, we have got Demogorgon. Demogorgon, I feel like Ghostface is a bit more fun, but then I encounter a Demogorgon and I have, like, a blast playing against them. Unless it's a Demogorgon that just face camps you, be that just proves that the player is new. I feel like the Demogorgon in itself is a really fun killer. The power to TP without abusing it, you know, like putting it in a basement and then, you know, it's TPing when you see an unhook or when you see territorial imperative activating. So yeah, other than that, Demogorgon has really balanced powers, and most of the time you gotta commend him. His shred is pretty hard to use, so yeah. Number 8, we've got Plague. So Plague used to be one of the most fun killers to go against until I actually started going against her a bit more. The power to not, you know, to be constantly vomited on. She can vomit on me any day. I'm gonna stop saying that. But it just gets annoying at a certain point. Especially when all she does is vomit on you until you're broken, then she hits you because you can't do anything about it. I mean, what? I didn't say anything. You know, it's not like I play like that. Oh, no, I don't. No, never. Anyways, that's honestly the strat to play as Plague. If a player is open like that, you're obviously going to vomit on him and insanely quickly make him broken, and then you can down him. Honestly, most of the time, she's extremely broken, like as a killer. I would have put her at an S. Sometimes it's annoying, but most of the time I'm having a blast playing against her. So yeah, that's why she's number 8. We're going to go through these pretty quickly because, I mean, I don't have anything to complain about, so yeah. Number 7, we've got the twins. Now, the twins have so much potential to be fun, and so much potential to be commendable for being really skilled at playing the twins. You gotta constantly look out for Victor, and if you've noticed my profile picture on Steam, I kinda, I'm probably gonna show it in like a screenshot or something on screen right now. It is, I'm practically a locker buddy. But yeah, the only times I went up against twins, all they did was not do much. I guess no one knows how to play twins in lower MMR, which is honestly fair. Quite a hard killer to play. So yeah, I feel like if I encounter another twin Twins player, that they'll be pretty good, and that it'll be super fun playing against them. Even though I'll probably die in the process. Their power is really unique, and I love the fact that you can do that. And yeah, higher MMR, I'm looking forward to it if I ever get to it. Number 6, we've got Pyramid Head, aka the Executioner. Every time I went up against Pyramid Head, I've had a blast, I think. Unless it was like at the beginning of the game, where I got pissed over everything because I'm bad, you know. Going up against Pyramid Head, I kind of realize how balanced he actually is sometimes. And you gotta know when to bait him and when to actually commit to the pallet. So yeah, it's a really, really cool interaction you have between the Pyramid Head and the Survivor, aka you. I feel like he's really, really fun to go against. He's super, super immersive as well with his power. That's number 6. And at number 5, we've got Michael Myers. I don't think a lot of people expected this, but I love going against Michael. It's truly engaging. Having to lose line of sight for him not to gain basically a lot of stock on you, but you kind of just gotta be constantly on the lookout. Oh my god, is he here? Is he here? And then if he is, then you're gonna move away from line of sight so he doesn't get much stock on you. And if he gets to tier 3, then you have something to be scared of. And playing Michael Myers most of the time is really, really fun. Yeah, I don't have many bad things to say about him. Unless it's a Tombstone player with possibly infinite tier 3, then that kind of ruins the fun, because when he goes into tier 3, you're practically never going to get out of it, and then it's just, okay, well, what the fuck do we do now? I mean, that's the whole point of stock ruined. I mean, that's the fun part of it. Having to run around, having to not give him enough stock, it's something. So yeah, I like Michael Myers players. I've only ever encountered one Tombstone player, so I practically had a good time against them, except that one time. Number 4, Hillbilly. I would have put Hillbilly higher, but I feel like these other killers are just way superior in fun. Playing Hillbilly is extremely hard. Having to curve around, having to know the sensitivity, how to move around, I commend you for knowing. I commend you for knowing how to do it. It's extremely, extremely hard. I played him a couple of times, and I never know when to use my power and how to use it. I never know how to curve around, so playing against a good Billy is truly commendable, and you can't be salty. There's nothing to be salty about. He's good at the game. You're not good enough to counter him. I think that's about it for Billy. He's really, really fun to play against, especially when it's a not so good Billy, and then you just kind of you get sad on his behalf, I guess. So yeah, that's Billy. And number 3, we've got the Huntress. I would have put the Huntress up higher, but I get biased as fuck. So I'm kind of gonna... You'll see who I put at number 1. Huntress is a really, really fun and unique killer to play against. Having to worry about where she's gonna throw her hatchet, and unless it's an eerie one, then you kind of... I don't know. But having to hit those hatchets is extremely commendable. I mean, I played Huntress today, and I played her a couple of times these past few days, and it was... I commend Coconut, I commend anyone that mains Huntress or knows how to play her well, because that is something really, really good. If you get good at Huntress, you're going to be practically good at Trickster, you're practically going to be good at not Executioner, a Deathslinger, because they're precision-based killers, and having that aim down, even though the power itself is a bit different on all of those killers, it's sort of the same in certain points. So yeah, you can't really... Some dogs are barking. I apologize. Huntress, number 3. I think it's truly deserved. At number 2, who do you think it's going to be? At number 2, we've got Blight. Whenever I see a Blight main, I kind of piss my pants. Or just a Blight player. Because seeing Blight players is 1 in a million. And it's really, really fun whenever you do encounter them. Because whenever they do hit their shots, it's just... Okay, you got it, dude. Well done. Well played. I commend you. His power is pretty hard to use, so being able to outmaneuver the Survivor easily, well done to you, props to you, and it's truly fun to play against him. I've got literally no complaints about him, no complaints about Billy, no complaints about Huntress. So that was the Blight, and at number 1, I mean, I guess you can guess it. It's Oni. A lot of players say that they love going against Oni, and do I love going against Oni? It's truly something. I've never seen an Oni player face camp. Every Oni player I've gone against was really either good or didn't know how to use their power, and it was truly terrifying. The fucking music is beautiful. It's like one of my, I think it's my second most favorite fucking character in the game. It's Blight, and then probably Oni, and then some other killer. It's amazing. I love the whole Japanese theme. I'm a fucking sucker for Japan. I'm a sucker for anime. And just hearing the Oni's theme, the fucking instruments, oh my, it's beautiful. His power is, in my opinion, really balanced. And the shit they managed to do is just absolutely insane. Like Oni mains, they can do a whole fucking 180 if they want to. It's amazing. So I've got no complaints about him. I have no sort of bias putting him on number 1. I think he deserves it. If I was biased, I probably would have put Blight at number 1, but I feel like it's a bit more engaging when you're playing with Oni, and it's an absolute blast every time you're going against him. So yeah, I think this is the most accurate list based on my opinion, and yeah, I hope you guys liked it. It took me 50 minutes to film it, practically 45. Thank you guys for watching. If you did, you can subscribe. I don't really mind. I just hope you enjoyed the video, enjoyed the content, and you can check out my other videos or my stream. I stream a lot. Kind of. I stream often. I stream more often than I publish videos. And even though I don't mention it on my channel, I think I've linked my Twitch to my actual YouTube channel. So you can check me out on Twitch. I've got some really interesting Dead by Daylight plays, or I guess streams, and I can't wait to get back to Skyrim and Sea of Thieves. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.